It started with a dream to bring back the golden age of text adventures, not just as a tribute to the past, but as a bold new frontier. For I am the Venture Weaver.
There's a kind of magic that only comes when the world around you finally goes quiet. Not the kind of silence that feels empty, but the kind that hums. The kind that speaks in subtle tones. It's in the wind, rustling through forgotten brush. It's moonlight on a pond. In the moment a player takes a breath, steps forward, and feels something real. That's the kind of silence I tried to capture in this stretch of the game. If you played through any of the portions of my game, if you downloaded it right now and ventured first 150 rooms, you know how brutal the world can be. How cold, relentless, haunted by the desperate cries of the sick and the mad. So when I started designing the rooms that come immediately after the Ironhold mines, I wanted to create something that made you feel the escape, the exhale, the illusion of peace. You finally broke free of that prison and emerged free for the first time in a long while. See, you emerge from the choking dark and into something else entirely. The night air is crisp, the stars are watching, there are no enemies in sight, and for a moment, you might even think you're safe. Now, I designed this place to fool you, not in a cruel way, in a human way. Because isn't that what life does? When we believe we've made it through, that the worst is behind us, we let our guard down. We start to hope again, and then something arises from the mud. That's where the Frogman came from. Now, he's not a traditional monster, not as a punchline, but as a myth. An almost extinct creature, bloated and malformed, forgotten by time, but very much alive in the rotted mire of humanity. The Frogman is a living warning this world is not finished with you yet. Dozens of glowing eyes follow your movements in the darkness. They do not blink, they do not speak. And still you press forward, breath held, heart pounding. These rooms were some of the most terrifying, emotionally demanding I've written in a long time. See, not because they're big or flashy or, it's not something you'd see in a modern day video game because they're quiet. In that quiet, I found something sacred. See, I just came back from getting my hernia checked out with ultrasound, and I am in intense pain and discomfort. So, as I'm recovering, it won't stop me. It won't stop me, and I'll continue to deep down and dig into my creative abyss, go to the well, if you may, and find solace in doing this, in making this, in telling this story. It's my cathedral, it's my letter to the past, my rebellion against a world that demands noise but forgets the power of stillness. It often makes me wonder just what it is that we're here. You know, you go to your job, you screw up, you tell ya, in the back of your mind, you don't care. That's where I'm at in my life. And I know I shouldn't be. It's one of those things that in life we all get there where it's like at this point with everything going on, we should always try to look to the positives, the bright sides. See, I believe that games should be more than just entertainment. They should make us think. They should haunt us. They should whisper things we don't know we needed to hear. If you if you've listened this far, if you've gone to my website, if you've played the game and you've made it this far, thank you. I mean that. Every person who sets foot in the labyrinth of Time's Edge is walking through a world built on belief. Belief in storytelling, belief in imagination, and the belief of Even a quiet pond under moonlight can mean something. And if you're new here, download the game. See it for yourself. Let your guard down just once. Maybe not all the way. Let the lantern guide you, your way in the adventure of life. That's what this world needs more of. You see, I'm working here, working on this game, sitting on a couch, trying not to trying not to be in agony, you know, trying to keep my best foot forward. And what do I get for it? All you wonderful people in this game. And I don't need $100 million and a room full of yes men who have no idea what life experience is, you know, that that think waking up at 6 a.m. is mind blowing, you know? I don't care about emotions or feelings. I don't care. Just do what you do and do it well. That's the way I was raised. And that's what I'm doing here. And it means so much to me that people are listening, that people are checking out this game because every day people are downloading this game. Like I get notifications, two or three people downloaded it, on itch.io yesterday. I haven't checked today, but it's one of those things that I find very, very joyful. Like I'm actually just really happy. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess after the ultrasound, it really kind of just really tired me out. And then I've been having to deal with work and stuff. And then I was just like, oh, whatever. I don't care anymore. Fuck. Well, anyways, I should watch the language. But with that being said, I'm just trying to be real with you guys. I got 15 subscribers. I appreciate that. By the time this video goes out there, there'll probably be three or four people who left, and that's just the way life is. So, with that being said, I want to thank you all for listening to this today. Like, I know it's weird. I write a script. I want to try to sell you on playing this game, trying to tell the story, and at this point, it's hard for me. It's really, really hard, but with everything comes heartache and comes triumph. So it's always one step forward into the unknown and one step back in the safety of embrace of your life. It's just one of those things, and I keep trying to do, and I'm keep trying to make headway with. And I was honestly coming up with an idea. I was planning it out actually when I was going through my notes here. But I want to do a playthrough, like an actual playthrough where I sit down and talk and, you know, hoot with all you fine folks and just enjoy life. Maybe enjoy myself a nice glass of soda pop, you know have some candy and just relax. I think I'm gonna do that. I don't know if it'll be this weekend. Maybe it'll probably be next weekend. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So that being said, don't forget to check out my website, thelabyrinthoftimesedge.com. Subscribe if you like, comment, do all that jazz. You don't have to. It's really up to you. I just really, really wanted to show you guys, show you guys that I'm legit serious about doing an episode a week like this. They might not be 30, 40, 50-minute episodes where I go in depth and show you all this stuff that to really sell home that this is a game that's being made. If you don't believe me, you can just go to the website and download it and then see the source code, open it up as a text file, and then you could see the QBasic source code for yourself. Read the room descriptions and the interactions that are also text files that you could open up. See for yourself the work that's going into this. Yeah, it might not be professional AAA grade, stuff, but it's real. No, it's real. It's coming from me. I'm talking to you right now. It's real. It's from my flesh and blood. It's from my brain. It's from every part of my body. Every day when I'm bored out of my mind at work, I'm thinking about the game. I'm thinking about what I'm going to say to you guys. How am I going to introduce myself today to you, all of you, with no budget and a microphone and an old laptop, sitting on a couch. you know, looking out and seeing a trailer. No, that's all. I'm just trying to be real. Like, there's so many phony baloney out there, and I'm trying not to swear, you know. There's so much nonsense in the world. Like, look around you. Like, look on the internet. Look at all the stupid people reading scripts. Yeah, I know I'm reading a script that I wrote, but it's a real script, that I wrote myself. I didn't need other people to write it for me, unlike the other people. I don't have 18 people on the payroll. Christ, I got a cat that looks at me and gets upset when I don't feed her right at 6:30 a.m. And it's all good. It is all good on my side of the planet, and no matter where you are in this world, no matter how you're feeling, no matter how bored you are with life and how much you want to just go back and do something fun, I'm here for you. I might not be fancy. I might not be a superstar or a industry plant or somebody who's willing to sell their very soul for 5 minutes in the sun and then spend the rest of their lives in hiding because they said something they shouldn't have or did something they shouldn't have. That's not my style. If you're still listening to this past the 11-minute mark, let me tell you something. Thank you. And with that, I am the Venture Weaver. Enjoy yourselves. Be good people. Eat bologna sandwiches. They're not that bad. And just for once in your life, think for yourself and all that jazz. But, anyways, I'll see you guys later.